just giving Craig a little bit of a breather today, or is he nursing an injury?
Yeah, yes, a little breather, and then we'll find out. I'll find out more now if there's any issue. But it was a practice day. We obviously had an extra goalie whenever we can, and I think we took advantage of that today.
So you just haven't talked?
I haven't spoken with him
so
since
you're not
practice
sure
ended, so no.
What are your thoughts on how Dahlin and Samuelsson, how they've worked together in their 4 games?
Thoughts are all 4 of our, well, really the 6 of them. I mean, Fitzy and Bryson being our 5 and 6 the last few games have been great. But the 4 with including Owen, Yokoharu in there have really been good. I mean, you can interchange those 4 guys, and we have, and it's no problem. The Samuelsson-Dahlin pair, obviously they're both left shots. One has to play the right. They both are comfortable with it now. They're both excited to, I guess, adapt to shifting to the right, and they're interchanging quite a bit through the course of a shift. And it's allowed them to play more aggressive defensively because they don't have to stay on their own side. They're comfortable and getting more comfortable playing both sides. So, I think they're 2 guys that complement each other very well. I think they look out for each other in different ways. And I think that they've rubbed off on each other. I think Dahls is picking up nuances from Sammy, from the defensive and the way to play a little bit more maybe aggressive, defensively assertive. And I think Sammy's picked up just some slight things of how he can maybe contribute more just in offensive movements and transitions. I'm not talking scoring. I'm just talking offensive flow of things. So it's nice to see guys rubbing off on each other in real positive manners.
Tom, does that make it more difficult on your opponent if they're interchanging within a shift?
It does, and that's a big part of the system we want to get to, of having guys have the ability to play and be comfortable in any area of the ice. And when I say comfortable, to be assertive and even aggressive. A lot of times you feel, if you're the left defenseman in your D zone and you get caught on the right side of the rink, you see, just watching film, that player is pulling back to get back to his comfortable coverage area in lieu of actually killing the play. He's giving up time and space to recover. Much like if you want a visual, it's almost like when you watch a guy break a stick on the ice and the other guy's running to give him his stick because he's a defenseman, and you see so much time and space is given up to the other team, and you're just worried about something that you don't really need to worry about. So yes, when we can get players comfortable playing any position or any area on the ice, it is going to be a huge benefit to our overall game, and it's happening.
This is the highest scoring year in the league, I think, in 26 years. Maybe it's a broad question, but what factors have you seen that's contributed to the game opening up to this level? Because it kind of been on a upward swing for a few years.
Yeah, Bill, I've watched a lot of film but I don't have an answer for you. It's just it's teams are pushing harder. I guess I don't have an answer for you. I'm curious to hear what people might think as far as the answer, what it is. It's not back in 04-05 when obstruction came in and you had, a complete reduction of how teams could defend, or moving a blue line as they did in the offensive zone a few years back. So there's been nothing changed from last year to this year. So I'm curious to even see what what people might correlate that to. I don't have an answer for you.
You guys are about to become the highest scoring Sabres team in 11, 12 years. How does maybe your system play your team? The player's strengths, I guess. If that, again, I'm probably broad.
Yeah, when you say highest scoring team, I don't even know that stat, but per game or what is it?
221 goals. One more, and it'll be more than 18, 19, and then the next highest is 10, 11. I think it is.
Hope we get 2 more goals then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to build our offensive game. It is a process to build offense, and I think if you want a simple visual, if you have lots of these teams we play against in this league, the players that all the fans know, the common names that are the guys that have been in the league for a long time and have scored. Ovechkin, Crosby, Backstrom, and those players convert at a higher percentage. Their batting average is higher when they get a scoring chance. They convert at a higher rate. And for us, we're seeing Thompson now convert at a higher rate. We had to get Skinner back to converting at a higher rate. So it is tougher to kind of develop the offensive game. It's easier to develop the defensive game for these guys. It really is. And we're pushing, and you guys have watched us all year, to get our defensemen more active offensively. And you've seen Dahlin's numbers increase over the last month, and that's been a real point of emphasis. You see it in our practices, incorporating defense more active, and it's more than when you activate your D. It's more scoring out of your forwards as well. So yes, Dahlin's numbers could improve, but so will the offense. So, we're, as I mentioned when I took the job, the offensive game, our offensive game is going to continue to evolve. It's a longer process than any other thing we're implementing. And I think we're starting to, as we've gotten, lineup continuity, we've been able to build and build. We moved from survival mode, where we had 11 guys out with injury, to pretty much everybody healthy, and now we can build. We're out of survival mode and we can build. And really, we're getting toward that as an organization if you look at our roster and what we will return next year. So we can start next year building immediately upon a foundation that we've been able to put in this year, because our player personnel is going to look very similar to what we had in the lineup last night. Very, very, there's not going to be many changes to that. And if you think of 1 year ago today, how many guys are not in the lineup that were in the lineup? So you couldn't build anything. So now we're finally in the part where we actually have that stability, that foundation to build. And offense will be the result. More offense will be the result. I'm sure of that.
Thank you.